you guys. Like, it's so different than watching a recording. I'm so glad to be back with my people.
Oh
I
my
agree with you 100%. I haven't been here for like a week and I'm like, I have to get on today. Even if it's crazy with lots of kids, I have to be here.
Yeah.
These are huge. So thank you for having these.
Yeah.
And thank you for recording too, so that we can still feel a part of everything and still do everything and then catch you guys live, because that helps so much.
Yeah, it's nice to stay caught up. I feel like if you don't stay caught up, it's like, it kind of feels like, okay, wait, I feel like I can miss so much. And I can tell people who don't get on the calls or watch the recordings, because they're the people that are like totally lost. Like someone was like, what's Bloom? I was like, okay, well, you clearly aren't plugged into the team. Like, we've only been talking about it on every single thing, every single day, every single minute. And so if you ever feel like you're lost, like you just feel disconnected, you feel like you don't know what's going on, you just have to jump back in. A lot of people feel like, well, I need to catch up. That's a huge thing that we think, even in life in general, like I need to catch up before I can move forward. And a lot of times it's not, it's just jump in, like get in now and just start going. Because like I said last night to John, I was like, I literally could take probably 2 weeks off of work and still not get all of my stuff done that I need to. That's not around Q. Like, I have so much personal stuff that I need to do that I'm like, but if I stop, because his response was, well, that won't get you back up to platinum. I was like, exactly. Like, I can't, you can't stop, because then you all that work that you worked so hard for, like pushing the boulder up the hill, and then you let it go and then it comes back down. It's like, it's, just going backwards. So it's tough, but it's like, just jump in there. And then, so Jenny, you said your desk is a mess from having the week off. So what I do is, like, if there's a couple, like, so first I would start with writing down, well, first, if you guys are in the Bloom community, you should have gotten an email last night with the website and the password. It went out super late last night, like midnight. And so you should have gotten that if you bought any of the promos. If you didn't get the email, and you should have been in Bloom, just send either myself or Kristen Adams, or actually don't message Kristen. She's going through a lot of stuff right now. She's really busy today. So just message me and I can send you over the information. A couple people I know didn't get the email, so I'm not sure if it went to spam or like what happened, but we were going to send out text messages, but then we realized that this was easier. So we'll probably send out a text again, maybe in like a couple of days, just to make sure everyone saw it, or maybe today, I'm not sure. But if you're in Bloom, you're just going to want to follow along with what Bloom says, because there's a video to watch, and then there's a whole post about staying in proactive mindset and scheduling your week, and how to do that, and what to put in your planner, and what to get rid of. And the very first thing was clean out the crap, clean off your desk, clean out the energy leaks, like all of those things. So if you're in Bloom, just follow along with that. If you're not in Bloom, then you're probably going to feel a little bit lost. But the only thing that you need to really focus on is, like, make a list of maybe like your top 3 things that you just have to get done, like things that are really bothering you. I always start with energy leaks. Yeah, so they can join Bloom today. I rolled out for my team. I don't know if any other leaders decided to do it too, but I said that if any new customer or ambassador joins with 100 PV, then they can be added into Bloom. And so, I mean, you can do the same thing. Go ahead and just share the information with them. Just tell them like, hey, order this. The reason why I'm telling people to order, and I sent a voice message to people and I said, okay, so I have noticed over the last couple of years of working with people that if you are all messed up on the inside and your health is like in terrible condition, and you've been neglecting things that are going on with you for a really long time, then it doesn't matter how much self-development and how much work you put into yourself, you're still going to feel drained. You're still going to feel bad. So in order to be part of our community, since the community is totally free and all the tips are totally free, what I want you to do is finally put yourself first, starting with your health. So tell me some things that you struggle with health-wise, and I will tell you what products that I would recommend you to get started on. And you just, that's really why I'm doing it. And you know what? If someone's like, I mean, I don't even care. If someone's like, oh, shoot, I just, like the one girl was like, I just had a miscarriage. I don't want to take any products right now. Like I was just hoping to like get around a good group of women. I was like, you know what? Here's the info. Like it's really like not that big of a deal. Like if someone's like, oh, I wish so bad I could put my health first and order products, but I can only afford, a sleep spray for now or a bag of sport, just send them the thing. Like honestly, it's just about community at this point. And just ask them if they want to do it. Or maybe just think about some of the people that were on the fence last month that you really wanted to get into Bloom and they didn't order the products. Maybe you can message them again and say, hey, listen, I was thinking about this. I really want you in this Bloom community. I know you couldn't afford those products last month. What could you afford? Because I'm like super close with one of the girls who is running it. And I think I could get you in. And like get them in, like let them in the group. Like we are inclusive. We're about building people up and helping them and growing them and all of that. So, let them in and be open with that too. So, it is, and same with you. If you're not in Bloom, if you're like, I didn't buy the pack, oh my gosh, I didn't get in, just send me a private message and we'll talk on the side. So stay focused on that group because that's really what's going to improve your life. Step by step, you're going to feel better. You're going to know what to do. You're going to grow. Don't just think like, okay, it was just for my customers. No, the group was for you. The group is for me. The group is for all of us. We need the information that's being poured out in there. And then if you feel like you have something really big to give, like a lesson that you've learned in life or something that you struggled with or something that you've overcome, or maybe you're still struggling with, but you've learned some tricks to help cope with it, and you want to share one day, all we're having people do is type up kind of like in blog style, and then we'll post that for you. So if you want to type up something that you feel like can give value to other people in this group, let me know. And I would love to have you submit your topic. Like Haley submitted all of this stuff for meal planning and meal prepping for the week to help people get focused on that. So we're going to use that and post that. So if there's something where you're like, man, I really overcame this and I feel like I could give value to other people, then just let me know. And then we'll work together to get something up there so that you can, and I'll plug in your posts like in our timeline for the month of what we're talking about. So it's not going to just be one person giving information, but it is going to be like not just information thrown up every day randomly. It is going to go kind of flow from like steps 1 through 30. So, I feel like there was something else I was going to say about Bloom. Maybe not. So, right now, if you are like feeling very overwhelmed, it's Monday. It's the first Monday of May of a new month. It's exciting, but you have to be like organized and prepared. So if you feel like there's things that are weighing you down, bothering you, then take a half day today and get all those things done, or make a list of the top 3 things and set a timer for 15 minutes and try to do them as fast as you can, staying focused. Because sometimes it's just like a couple little things like that you do and you're like, okay, now I feel awesome. Like I can totally conquer my day. So don't underestimate that's in there. But did anyone want to celebrate anything that happened to them? Maybe the close of last month, a miracle that came through, any money that you got over the weekend? Anything? Skylar found 50 cents in the parking lot. So that was exciting.
Yay. Hi.
I know.
I put it in the chat, but this one girl that joined Bloom, she messaged me and she said that she was on there and she said that the design of the website is super nice and oddly relaxing. She's like already super like excited about it.
Good. We tried to
like definitely
simple.
Our people. Huh?
Yeah, we tried to make it super simple.
Yeah, she seems like super pumped about it like already. So I would love to have her on my team. And she's from like Fairhaven-ish, which is not very far from us for those of you that don't live around here, but like not far from us at all and like where I grew up. So it's like weird that I don't know her. And it was like random I even met her. So
I would even put a group chat together of all the people that you have in Bloom. And then that way you can be like, hey guys, don't forget, you know, that's a huge help when you have someone that's saying that. Like, hey, don't forget the post for day 2 was just posted. Like, let me know how it's going with your guys' planners, or who bought a planner, or, you know, just like anything in there, just to, because that's what's going to build the community and build the connection. And that's the whole point of this, is you're giving value and you're helping someone along the journey of feeling better. So I guarantee you that when they're done through this process, if you especially helped lead them and held their hand through it, when they get to the other side, they're going to, one, look at you as someone who can help them in their life as a mentor. And 2, they're probably going to be a lot more open to this opportunity and taking on other things, and, or maybe just trying products. So thinking about that too. So Sarah hit 1K club. Awesome job, Sarah. That's so cool. Erin said, I told April I went through bills this weekend and noticed that my water bill was credited and I didn't have one. Wow. That is so cool. Yeah, I went through, I didn't get everything I wanted to do this weekend. I had a really busy weekend with stuff, but I didn't get all of my stuff, but I had my conversation with John and told him that I was going to take over. I was taking over everything. And I started going through, and it's already crazy how much better we both feel and are just like working together on that. So that's like a huge thing. So we're going to get it all finished for the rest of the, like tonight, and it'll be good. So Jenny says we're saving $300 on our health insurance starting this month. Wow, $300. That's a ton of money.
It's some program with the government right now. I guess you have to apply. I don't know. If anybody's interested, let me know, and I'll ask my husband, because he's the one that did it. Because my parents don't have insurance through the store, so we had to, you know, find our own insurance. Yeah. And so it's some aid that, and for a whole year. So until a year from now, we get that credit.
Wow.
No.
Oh my God.
I mean, that adds up.
Well, yeah, that's like over $3,000.
It helps so much.
Yeah. Okay, that right there literally is your $1,000 manifested. Like just like that, and you actually got 3. Okay, who still hasn't got, who feels like they haven't gotten their money? Okay, Kristen. Okay, me. Like, just my first thought is like, it hasn't happened for me yet. So anyone else who hasn't received their money yet, one thing that I started thinking about over the weekend is I bet you I'm just too distracted to notice. For me, I think I'm too distracted, and I think I'm too, just like running around like a chicken with their head cut off, like just running, and like I feel like I'm not really paying attention to things happening. But also, like I shared on the other calls, I'm not very orderly when it comes to money. So I definitely, this could have happened for me, but I don't even know. So like that's, I feel like the most dangerous thing is like, you don't even know, like you just got 3, Jenny, you just got 3, or you'll be getting $3,000 extra this year. So it's like, if you neglected your finances and didn't even know that was happening, you wouldn't even be excited about it. It's like signing 2 new ambassadors and not even knowing that you signed them, and just feeling like a loser and feeling like it's not working because nobody's coming. But it's like they did, you're just not paying attention to it. It's the same thing. So I really think for me, I really think it's just because I don't know. And that's like the most dangerous, sad thing to me, is like, I could be experiencing all this abundance and blessing every day, and I don't even know. So I'm not even thanking God for it. I'm not even feeling like in my spirit, like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. This is working. And like that to me is so sad. It's like totally taking it for granted. And so that's why I want to go in here and look, and I want to go back, and I want to see how money came in. And I know that even if it didn't come in, then that's okay, because I know that it's going to come by the end of this 21 days. Like, I know it for a fact. And it's actually been more than 21 days, like, you know, because the weekends and like stuff like that. But how we spaced it out is we're going to buy people more time and it'll be fine. But I didn't want to have like, okay, this is your Saturday and Sunday. And then I think that that's just too much, because we're also trying to do a million things here. So, okay, Linda says not all of it, but the rest is coming. So today was day 16, or today is day 16 on our money manifesting out of 21 days. And I thought in April, once you hear, did you look at day 16 yet, April? Okay, so once you hear this, April's going to run the second half of the call because I have to drive to an appointment. So I'll still be on listening, but April's going to do the second half of the call. And I feel like this just worked out so perfect. She was like, what do you want me to talk about? I was like, just talk about whatever. And then, so reading this, I was like, oh, she's totally going to have so much to talk about, because April is like the person who's taught me all of this kind of stuff. So day 16 is up your value, up your income. So she says, people believe that rich people are born rich, and thus they are valuable because they are rich. Do you ever look at people like that? Like inventors of stuff, or like celebrities, maybe they're musicians or actors. I was at dinner over the weekend, and on the TV at the place, they're playing music videos, which I love that. Like, if a restaurant plays music videos while I'm in there, bonus. If they play the song and the music video at the same time, it's like my favorite place. I love going to places like that. So they had the music videos on the screen, but no music. So, you know, only one bonus point. But they were showing this music video of J-Lo. And I just love Jennifer Lopez. Like, you may hate her, whatever. I just love her. I think she's classy. I think she's like, you know, she deals with her own stuff, but she is like a strong, empowered woman. Like, I love her. So I was thinking about her and thinking like, wow, she's so influential. She's so awesome. But what we don't see is what J-Lo did when she was a kid, and what she did when she was a teenager, and what she did as a young adult and an adult to get herself to where she is today. So we just think like, oh yeah, it must be nice, you're a celebrity. Well, some celebrities are just born into that. Some people that invent things, or like Kylie Jenner has her cosmetics company that's like worth like billions of dollars now. And like, yeah, that's great, but she was kind of born into a rich family, and you're kind of just like rich and you're a celebrity because that's how you were born. So I'm not really talking about people like that, but I want you to think of people that just have money and they're wealthy people. The majority of them, well, not even the majority, if you weren't just born into money, every single person not just born into money who has it, they had to first figure out their value and what they wanted to do, and then the money came along. So it's not like, oh, must be nice. Yeah, well, it wasn't nice when they were struggling and pushing through adversity. And if you read Believe It by Jamie Kern, you will hear the story. And a lot of people would have quit when she didn't quit, and they would never have become the largest cosmetic company, that the transaction to sell it in all of history of cosmetic companies, like what you go through. So it's not about who you are, about being rich and having value. It's about giving value and then being rich. So it's the fact that they're so valuable that their income is so high. You are a very talented singer, and you're good at writing lyrics and producing music. And so that's the value you give to people. And that's why you make so much money. You're a great motivational speaker, and you can inspire people. And so that's why people like Tony Robbins make a lot of money from stage, because they're using their thing and they're going out there and they're changing the world by what their talents are. They're adding value into the world. And so their income is a result. So those people who add the value into the world and feel like they're valuable are the ones that become rich. So it's the feeling of being valuable. So everyone has skills and things in their life that make them valuable. You really do. And you might not like think about them right off the top of your head. So I'm going to give you some examples and talk about it a little more. But day 16 is all about increasing your value in order to increase your pay. So we talked about this a couple calls ago, but wouldn't it be great if it wasn't just, okay, we're just going to manifest $1,000, but we're going to learn to manifest way more. We're going to learn to be open all the time and receive a lot more money into our life. Like receiving an income level that would make you feel secure and comfortable and happy and free and supported, and you're just absolutely in love with your life. Imagine getting to that place where you're just like, oh my gosh, like everything is great. We have way more money than we even know what to do with. Everything is paid. Our investments are here. We have everything we need and want. We're saving. We're giving value. You would feel that ultimate alignment in life. And that is like the best feeling in the whole world, to be totally aligned with who you were created to be and what you were created to do. She even talks about just the fact of you being so unique. There's 7 billion people in the world, and there is no one that possesses the exact same talents and gifts and experiences that you do. Nobody has been through the things you've been through and the way you've been through them in the order that you were through them. Nobody has the life experiences that you've gone through, and nobody has the talents and the gifts that you also have. You are really unique. You know, like the shirts we buy and the stickers we get and the folders we buy for our daughters and stuff. That's like, you're unique, you know, be you, you're one of a kind. All those things that we tell our kids all the time and they hear, but we don't believe it for ourselves. You are not just oh, I'm just a mom. I'm just a friend. I'm just a daughter. I'm just a bank teller. I'm just an accountant. Like, you are so much more than that. And this right here is like my jam. This is like, when I saw that this was in the Money Manifesting Guide, it made me realize even more that I am 100% going to offer this as a free Facebook group and go through this book and pour into people, because this right here is what I think that so many people just totally underestimate and don't even think about this, because it's about, we need money to live. Like, you need money to live. You have to have a job. Your husband has to have a job. Someone in your house has to have a job, has to do something to make money for you guys to survive. So we live in America. Most of us, I think everyone right now does on this call. Maybe you don't live in America, but if you do live in America, you have the freedom to create and do whatever you want to do. Any idea you have, any business, any job, you can go do it. You can invent something, you can create, you can do whatever you want. There is no limitations on it. You don't have to get approval, nothing. So many people just follow, I need money now. What can I go do to make money? And they're looking for what's hiring, how can I make money? Instead of, I figured out my talents and my gifts and what I'm passionate for, and this is who I want to help. Because if you add value, you will increase your bank account. That is how it goes. The more value that you can give to the world, the more money you're going to make. So that's why I tell people, if you're in a job that you hate, then you should quit your job and find something different. You should, maybe you're not like gutsy enough to like put that all in God's hands as fast as I would. Like, okay, I quit. I'm done. Like, find me a new one. You might like, okay, I'm going to start applying and like put in my 2 weeks, or once I find something, I'll put in my 2 weeks. You need to start making that process though happen, because if where you are right now is you're like, hey, it's just a buck. Like, I'm just here because I need some gas money. I need some whatever. Go and find something that you are passionate about, that you are excited about, that you want to do. Now, a lot of people, since we're in this industry, think, well, I found it. It's network marketing, but it's not giving me money yet. So I have to have another job while I do it. You can have another job on the side that you love and do Q, waiting for the income to come in. You don't have to stay in your same crappy job until you get to silver. You can switch your crappy job and then still work to get to silver. And actually, I highly recommend, and so does Sarah Spencer, to go get a job so that you're not stressed out, because silver is literally putting food on your family's in their mouth. So maybe if you're at a point where you're like, oh my gosh, if I don't hit bronze like by this month, then we can't even eat, we can't pay our bills, then you need to go get a different job and do Q on the side until Q builds back up. I promise you that you do, because when you are relying on this business so much to actually feed your family, and it's between, like, if your husband's like, if you're not bringing money in from Q this month, like, your guys are about to start World War III in your house and it's not going to be good. Like, if you need money so bad, you're going to start looking at people in the wrong way. It's like when you're super, super, like, I've never been this hungry, thankfully. And I'm sure, and I hope that you haven't, but you might have. But like when people are starving and they have no food, I'm not talking like you're picky and you don't know what to eat in your fridge. I'm talking like you have no food. Like there is nothing to eat. And after like a week and a half, I mean, geez, after like a couple days, like when I'm fasting, the longest I've ever gone was 5 days with no food. And during those 5 days, I will like literally eat anything, like anything. And it's just like seeing someone pop up when you need an ambassador so bad because you need a paycheck, because you need to rank up, because your husband is about to make you quit Q because you're not bringing in money. And when you see an ambassador, you're going to look at them and just devour them. You're going to turn them off because you're going to be so hungry and you're going to be like, you are desperate. You need them. Like, I need you to launch this weekend. I need you to, like, at the end of the month, you're like, no, I need you to launch now. And we need to do your Fab 5 today because tomorrow's the end of the month. And that doesn't work for their schedule. And then you scare them away because you need them to do something for your paycheck. That is the worst thing ever. And that's why I started my coaching business. And that's why I started doing other things on the side. It's because I don't want to look at my team and think, I need volume because we need to be platinum because we can't afford our bills. I don't ever want to be in that situation. I don't ever want to think, oh, are you on my team or not? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't have time to help you, not on my team because I need to eat. I don't want to think that. I don't care whose team you're on. And I don't care if you're in my strong leg. And I don't care if wherever I want to build and help people that are here and want to build and they want to be here. But if I'm focused on, I need volume, I need money, I need this, then I'm not going to be able to do that in the right way to how I want to do the business. So you have to think first, how can I give value? So you might have to go do something on the side. And we're going to kind of talk about that today in here. But you also need to just see the fact that you're already incredibly valuable. If you don't think you're valuable, if you're sitting here thinking like, okay, I literally have no value. Like, what am I going to do? Who am I? Like, I have no value to give. I even asked a handful of leaders, like top leaders. I said, I'm doing this Bloom group. I want all of you guys to be able to submit some blogs and some content. Tell me some things that you've been through and some experiences you've learned. And then I will tell you what I want you to write for us and it'll go perfect with our flow. And like, nobody felt like they had any value to give. Nobody responded back to me. Like, oh, sure. Yeah, I can do this, because a lot of us don't think that we have value. So these are the questions that I want you to ask yourself. Is what are things that you've overcome in your life? So we're actually going to make a list of a minimum of 15 things. She says that people that are rich and they have a lot of money and they've given a lot of value to people could make a list of over 100 of these things. So 15 is like the bare minimum. Shoot for as many as you can. And I'm going to see if I have 100 things just to see, like, ooh, I want to see if I have 100 things. And that's like so hard to think of, but this is what you're going to do is you're going to make a list of the things that you've overcome. Like, I was a teen mom. That's one thing for me. Maybe you're a single mom That's something for you. Maybe you've experienced a tremendous loss in your life, a loss of your spouse, your child. You've experienced layoff, or you've gotten fired unethically. I know there's some people in here that like lost their jobs and they shouldn't have. I have twins. So that's something I've overcome. That's something I can give value for people. If a brand new mom is pregnant with twins, I can probably offer her up some sort of information. I have, I've went through tough times in my marriage where we almost got divorced. We both went through like being cheated on and cheating. And that's something we've overcome. There's so much value that you have that you can give just from experiences that you've went through in your life. So those are the things that you're going to write down, but you're also going to write down the things that make you unique and things that make you stand out. For instance, like I am able to make anybody laugh. I'm not saying that for me. I'm just saying in general. For other people, I'm like, I am so pretty. I am like perfect. And no, so that's her example was she can make anyone laugh when she walks into a room. Maybe you're just a people person and you're like, I can make someone feel comfortable and welcomed in like 1 second. I am really easy at making friends. I'm good at figuring things out, or I am super coachable, or I'm just really positive. I'm a visionary. I can see things that are going to happen 20 years from now. I'm a good person who thinks outside of the box. What are some other ones that you guys can think of that you're going to write down? Put them in the comments or unmute yourself. So I want to hear some of these.
I feel like it's similar to some of these other ones, but I feel like I can literally talk to anybody. Like I could have a conversation with anyone, like even somebody who I know you guys have probably talked to somebody before and it's like, hello, are you there? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just able to like pull them into the conversation. One time we went to the airport and I literally talked to my friend's husband about, he's an elevator mechanic. I talked to him about that the whole way. So it was like an hour about like, because I was like genuinely like interested. And I think it's the green in me, but I can literally talk to anyone about anything.
Yeah, an elevator mechanic. You're like, I talked to him about quantum physics. Erin says being organized and being great at being on time. Wow, Erin, you need to give some value to me on both of those things. Yes, that's so valuable. Okay, Carol says I'm resilient and can lift up anyone. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I'm an encourager too. The more like beat down and sad you are, the more excited I am to talk to you. like, oh, let me at him. Just let me at him. I can totally change him around. Okay, keep putting them in the chat so we can keep seeing them. But here's the thing. So we're going to make this list of all these things that you have value, you have experience, you can help someone feel better. Meal planning and budget shopping, Sarah says. So after we do that, we're gonna go through the rest of the book, and you're gonna start to see a pattern after we start going through the book a little bit more, because our goal is to just grow our value even more by recognizing what our value actually is. So we already have the value, but we don't recognize it, so we feel like we don't have it. So when we, like me, like I probably already have the extra $1,000, but because I'm not recognizing it, I don't really feel like I have it, and I can't celebrate it, and I can't feel good. So you already have the value. You just need to pull that out of you and maybe ask someone, ask your mom, ask your husband, ask your boss, ask your friend. Just ask, just say, I was challenged to make a list of all of the things I can give value to. What are some things that you feel like I'm good at helping other people do, or things that I'm really good at? Ooh, April says I'm good at planning. Yeah, April like changed my life when we did our mission statement, and she came over and helped me plan all my content. By the way, literally changed my whole life for real. Like every day, April and May, that I've had to post, it is like the greatest thing. So I wrote, you guys up here, my, right up here, this is a big whiteboard with a calendar. And I wrote down every day of what I'm going to post on Facebook, on Instagram, on my TikTok, what the topic of it's going to be. Every Tuesday, I'm going to record a new podcast, what that topic's going to be. It's all in there. So last night at like 8:00, I was like, oh shoot, what am I supposed to post today? And I looked and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm supposed to post a picture of my bed, which I already had. I already had it in my phone. I was like, I need to post a picture of my bed with a whole thing about like energy leaks and like piquing people's interest, getting them excited for my podcast on Tuesday, where that's what I'm going to talk about. So I like hurried up, and part of it was already actually typed up in a draft on Instagram. And so I just like finished it and posted it and was like, oh, I'm done. And then today I'm like, okay, what am I going to post today? I already have a picture of me holding up my necklace of a sun. And I'm going to post that picture, and I'm going to talk about waking up with God and how that's changed my life. Like wake up early and read my Bible, read my devotional, spend time with God, how it's changed my every single day since I've done it. And I'm going to post that today. So I already have it. So that's a huge thing. It took me a really long time to get to a place where I felt like I was actually organized enough to do my content, and I needed April's help. So you might need another person that's like, okay, hey, do this first. Okay, now do this. So like a sideline or an upline or a downline or whatever, because that was really, really good. But okay, so hold on. This other one that I was going to tell you about. Oh, and then she talks about, she says, after you've written down your 15 things, you really start to see your value, and you're going to feel pretty valuable. Like, dang, I'm pretty good at this. So how do we increase our value even more? And how do we increase our income based on the value we put into the world? Is we become a student of life, which, hello, we're already like 10 steps ahead of this. So this is so easy for us. She says to start growing, start reading books, start going to seminars, join a workshop to expand your knowledge, take some classes, start listening to podcasts about successful people, start doing what other successful people do, listen to what they listen to, adopt habits of them. Doing all of this is going to give you the confidence that you need, and make it so that there's no freaking way people wouldn't pay you lots of money to share your knowledge with them in the world. This is how you become a natural money magnet. Stop hiding your gifts, talents, and abilities and other unique things about you. Those are the things that are going to make you rich, just because you don't believe them and you're hiding them and you don't want to talk about them. This is where the magic happens. Don't think like, how am I going to make money by giving people advice on twins? Okay, that's not what you're thinking about. You're not thinking of the how. You're just thinking of what are the things I can do to give value, and we're going to talk about the rest after. So April and I have partnered up, and you can partner with us or you can find another partner. But her and I had the coming to Jesus moment a couple weeks ago of like, when we're plugged into a group, we feel so much better. And April, maybe you can kind of share that for the rest of the call about the group that we just did or we're doing now, and then the women, powerful women, and then the Tony Robbins one too. And like just why and how it's been like totally different for us to be focused on different things. Can you share about that?
Sure. And I also wanted to like, I actually was going to tell you, like all that work that we did with like your mission statement and stuff, I feel like it's not really like, I don't know, like you wouldn't have paid for any of it, because it's like, I am like more than happy to like give you my notes, but there is a worth in that. So, I mean, you could kind of think about that as money that came in, you know, like, I paid a ton of money to get with that program. and, you know, get these notes. And like now they have me set up on LinkedIn or whatever. And like that whole program that me and Alicia did. So, I mean, even like things like that, like you have to just be conscious of like,
That's a really good point.
you know, like even though it's not like, oh my gosh, these notes are $50, that, you know, there's still like value in them. So I was kind of thinking of that, and like, just like, it's not even, there's not even like an amount we could put on like your breakthrough that you had that day, you know, putting together your mission statement and just being specific. And I kind of wanted to talk about that too. So I'll talk about events and then I'll talk about that. But these seminars, these events, the conventions, all of those things have been like so huge for me. I feel like the second I start like gravitating away from Q, or I feel myself going in a valley or any of those things, and I plug myself into one of these seminars or conventions or whatever, it like plucks me out of there. So back in December, I was like in such a low place. I was um, like I could see my volume was dropping. Like I hadn't recruited anyone. And before that, I had been recruiting every month. I had like success. My numbers were going up. And so like this is the first time I was like, crap, like I'm going into the valley. And that is when I plugged into Eric Worre's free event that he did. And there was like so much in there. And I feel like one of the biggest pieces of advice that I had heard about these events is not concentrating on all of the information that's coming in, but finding like that one golden nugget like in the event. So yeah, there might be an event that's like 3 or 4 days long, but like there's going to be pages and pages of notes, and it may not even be something that somebody says, but like an experience or breakthrough you have